going on, folks? Welcome to Wizards Outlook. We got Cardell Dudley Jr., Wilson Tarpe Jr. Now, look, man, we were in the building for last night's 20-point collapse. And I'm sitting there in the playback room just watching. I was like, this looks eerily familiar. Was me talking to myself in the playback room midway through the second quarter. Mind you, the Wizards were still up like 20 in the second quarter. I was like, they started turning the ball over a little bit, saw some dumb shots, and I was like, I watched this in person last night. And like I was saying to Cardell, I saw Edmund Sumner get downhill over and over and over. And I was like, usually what happened, what we see last night, it took one person in the first half just keeping the Blazers afloat. Then eventually somebody got going, and then they couldn't put the genie back in the bottle. Or couldn't turn their water off, for a better lack of words. But the Wizards collapsed again in the second half as Cam Thomas leads the Nets to 125-123 win. There's not a way to sugarcoat this, anything else. And this is what I was saying when they won the 6 games in a row. Not that it didn't mean anything, but y'all tell me how you feel after the 6 games in a row and then these 2 back-to-back. This is just horrible. This is horrible. And before we even get started with the coaching stuff, right, there got to be some sense of pride as a professional basketball player. You gave up a 20-point lead last night. I'm not excusing last night. I can maybe get it. It was Anthony Simons and Damian Lillard. But no excuse. This one, you go in this one, they're missing every top person in their rotation, not named Nick Claxton. There's no excuse for this. Edmund Sumner. We already know Cam Thomas is a professional scorer. That's it. Edmund Sumner. Shout out to him too, but Cardell, go ahead.
27-6. Fast break points. Nets to the Wizards. There you go. The Wizards didn't get back. They jogged. And you kind of saw that last night when the Portland Trailblazers got back. Are complaining to the refs. You get teams are inbounding, at least with the Blazers and tonight with the Nets. Teams or makes and miss are inbounding the ball quickly and running on makes and misses. And the Wizards are literally just some of the Wizards are just jogging back. And next thing you know, you look up, it's 4-on-2, 5-on-3, and guys are getting wide open shots. And it don't take much for an NBA player to get in rhythm if they see a couple go in. And that's what you saw from Sumner. And you damn sure saw from Cam Thomas. And I don't even know why they even played with him like that. Like that's what he does. That's why he's in the league. He got in the league because he's been a professional scorer since he was a sophomore in high school. Literally a professional scorer. And he has no fear. He has no conscience. And if you ask him, he probably think he's the best scorer in the league already. He's just waiting for the team, the powers that be to figure that out. You know what I mean? It's just inexcusable to have to keep dealing with this, especially on back-to-back games, especially in a game with the Nets are dealing with. I'm not even going to get into that. KD's out and Ben Simmons out with injury. And on the Nets side, I'm going to just say this. Brooklyn Nets front office, ignore the BS. Sign Jacques Vaughn to a long-term deal, stop playing games. Sign him. This man is coaching his ass off. Look what he has to deal with, dog. Look what he's dealing with. And the fact that they responded tonight with the situation at hand, Curry goes out, no TJ Warren, obviously KD and Ben is out, and you basically hooping with the youngest, and you beat this team. Now you can say, yeah, Bill went out with an injury, Kuz went out with an injury, Porzingis fouled out, but there's still a lot of veterans on the Wizards tank side that have a lot of experience and have done a lot of things in this league where a 20-point lead they should be able to maintain. The kids on the Nets fought their heart out defensively. Royce O'Neal, the way he fought Porzingis, man, and Porzingis won some. Look, he had some tough shots, but he made those tough shots. The way Porzingis was playing, this could have easily been a 50-point game and a win for the Wizards. That's what he was playing like. And that's the difference between defense. We're like, man, he ain't do nothing. He had 36. Yeah, but his tough defense kept that man from getting out of control and winning the game by himself. That's why you play tough defense. You know what I mean? Battling, clearly undersized, no hesitation. winning his fair share of battles enough where they can come back, get on a run, and come back and win this game, man. It's just it's just mind-boggling, seriously. And then you got also you also got to look at, man, from the Claxton, 15, 13 to 5, 3 blocks. I mean, he's growing up in his role, man, and he's, we kind of question why they let Jared Allen go. So they saw the potential in this kid coming. You know what I mean? And he's starting to become that. I don't know if he's gonna be an all-star caliber player like Allen is, but man, he look, 15, 13, 5, and 3, you balling. He only had 8 shots. You balling for where his role is. He's maximizing his role. That's all you can ask for, man. Patty Mills hit, of course, Patty Mills, you know what I'm saying? He done been there, done that. He hit some shots, but really Cam Thomas put the team on his back and was just like, look, get on my back, I'm gonna win this game for us. And that's what it was, man. And the Wizards, not only did they not get back on defense, they kept making the same damn mistakes that they made against Anthony Simons, not closing out airspace, not staying glued. He like just being out of position defensively. Bad switching, not communicating, mismatches. Daniel Gafford can't stay with Cam Thomas. That's a bucket. I don't care how athletic he is. He's too shifty for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he cooked the whole team. Look, nobody's getting back. Look at that. Look. You see 4 Nets jerseys and a couple of Wizards, and then you see 2 coming back into play late. Daylight, too much daylight. You can't give them daylight. Why are you going under the screen? Why ain't you following that man under? So when he catches the ball, you right there.
30.
Look.
Cut you off. Imagine we got 30 at that point. And you going under a screen.
And fouling. 4-point play and fouling.
You're veterans.
Veterans, dog. Look at that. Going under the screen again. Yeah, it's just we do you gotta stay with them. You gotta stay with them. And you know what they're doing? They're picking on Porzingis. Porzingis is never coming out there. So now he got the option that either I'm gonna hit this 3, I'm gonna just take it to him. And that's when Porzingis was in foul trouble. So clearly they trying to pick up fouls. You see what I'm saying? So it just makes no sense. When you don't execute defensively, it really shows. It's bad. It looks like you're not even trying. It just looks like, why are you out here?
And it was a slow bleed. It was a slow bleed from not doing those things. It was a slow bleed last night and tonight. Then eventually catch up with you, and you're not gonna be able to stop it after you weren't doing those things the whole way for a team to come back. Like, even right then, how does he have that much room? He's killing you.
Nope.
Right, he's unbothered.
Professional scorer. That's what I mean. Those are professional scoring. He's been doing that since high school. Hesitation, applying the 3-speed, going from slow to fast to fastest, all in one, back to slow, just mixing you up. He's just trying to create space and get where he's trying to go. He has a great feel for the game. That's what got him drafted. And that's just a tough shot. That's just a tough shot.
On a best defender.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Give it back.
So again, give credit. Like, if DeLon wasn't stopping him, shit.
No, yeah.
Not trying to be mean, just being honest here. Like,
and that's what happened last night. and you can say, but that's what happened last night with Anthony Simons.
Yeah.
I sent y'all a clip earlier where, and this mostly was on Bill. It's like, Bill, what are you doing? Why are you falling asleep, not recognize that your man is, no, you're supposed to see man and ball. After he hit 1 or 2 in the third, so I'm on you up close like I'm on this computer. Like, they're going to have to literally shield me off, or I'm going to pick up a couple of offensive fouls because I'm going through the pit. I'm not letting you get any daylight because you hot, and it don't take much. You see what I'm saying? But by the time they try to trap him, it was too late. And so 15, and now you see the same thing happen with Canton. And the beautiful thing is he ain't even settled for a lot of threes. He just hit 4 or 5. He was really taking it to them boys. And he's my type of scorer because he, like, as a defender, he ain't letting you off the hook. Nah, I'm gonna attack you. You're gonna have to show you can play defense. And then it's gonna wear you out, especially some people that's not used to playing defense. You see what I'm saying?
He was hunting them. They're retreating. He's hunting them. Walking to his spots. Not a bad place to learn how to do that at. Again, coming in as a professional scorer. Walking to his spots over and over again. There might have been one shot all night. It was 16 to 23. I think it was literally one shot I didn't like that he took that felt like it wasn't his, but 1 out of 23 shots.
But when you can take any shot because that's what I mean for him. A bad shot for most is a good shot for him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I just meant that was rushed, I guess. Because I get what you're saying. Just that it was rushed. I'll be specific. Just that it was rushed because, like you said, he's a professional scorer. He gets to where he wants to go to, especially if the defense doesn't dictate it, which, Lord, they did not dictate it at all in this game. He took whatever he wanted. And again, as a bigger body guard, once he gets downhill, it's his world. It's his world.
And then like the Wizards literally lost both of these games in the second half because they just chose not to play defense, not at all, not communicate. Mm-hmm. And this is what it goes back to. You got a couple of players that's gonna always play defense, like Denny and DeLon Wright. And Gaff will even block shots on the perimeter. It's hit or miss, but you asking a lot from a big to have to get low and chase these guards because your guards don't just quick to switch and don't want to stay with their own man. All right, cool. But what I'm saying is there's no trust. And once the floodgates open with a certain player, like Anthony Simons last night and Cam Thomas, the trust is shattered. So now everybody gets in self-preservation mode. I'm just not trying to get cooked. You know what I'm saying? So, and Cam Thomas is an assassin. So when you scoring, you could feel the guys, people at home ain't never see. You could tell who don't want no parts. Nope, come on over here, screen. I'm coming to you. Don't even worry about it. No, you're gonna die. You're gonna get killed. You're gonna die one way or the other. You can come over here and die willingly, or I can come
find you. Yeah, or I'm gonna come find you. And that's what I'm
come get you, or how you want it. You're gonna die though. So
he was hunting them.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's what killers do. They hunt. Nah, dog, you ain't safe over there in the corner trying to hide. Nope. Hey, you get the screen. Come on, have this dance. Y'all want to switch? Easy. And you see what I'm saying? But when it be like that, the guys strapped up and stuff, because now they got worried about like, damn, man, these dudes coming with traps. This dude all up. I gotta get them off me. Shot clock on now. You make them. You kind of dictate things a little bit. It's none of that with the Wizards, and that's why they lost in both second halves of this game. And look, Porzingis did his thing, fouled out. Denny really stepped up. He was dead. Look, man, 23, 6, 3, 4 steals. He was hooping. And Monte Morris missed some big clutch free throws, but he also
kept some big shots down the stretch.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but these are just bad losses because even after the game, I want to see who looked mad. And the only one who looked bothered by the loss was Denny, at least from the camera angle. Like he had his jersey on his face. He was irritated. He was clearly upset, man. You see what I'm saying? These losses are piling up, man. And now it's bad because these two losses are bad because now Bill, Kuz are banged up. You don't know if they're going to be out a long time or how long. And you know what I'm saying? Bill just really came back. Kuz been playing every game. He's been an Iron Man. So you don't know what this is going to do moving forward, man. So what if you got go? Like, remember last week they were winning games? Like, look like we figured some things out. Like, calm down. I said they've been beating the roadkill teams, the easy wins. They should win those games. We're gonna see what they do when the schedule gets tougher. And now it's about to get real because you got the Cavs coming to town on Monday. It's about to get real.
And again, if
you got the Cavs, you got the Hornets, then you got the Pacers, and then you're back out west with the Warriors, the Blazers, the Wolves. Then you're back with the Wizards. You back with the Knicks. And then you back home for the Knicks. You go back out on the road for the Bulls, and then the Hawks, and then pretty much, and that's after All-Star break. But going into All-Star break, you on the West Coast. And
I'm just throwing this little caveat: we don't know what some of them teams are going to look like by the time you get to play them. Trade deadline this week. Just being honest, just throwing that little thing out there. But I think one of the differences tonight, we see KP with 38 points. You brought up Claxton. Big difference tonight, defensively. The Nets were able to dictate things because they're their center is not a liability on the defensive end. They're allowed to switch aggressively because Clax, you put Clax on the island, it's advantage Clax outside of being against like top tier guards. And even then, I think there was one play, KP in the post, he went through his whole bag of pump fakes. Clax didn't go for any of them and then went up to go get that man's shot. That's it. But some people just see the 15, the 13 and be like, oh, what's his name, Cook? He changed the game because of that. There was a point tonight where there's Cam Thomas, Patty Mills, like some of the lineups they had on the floor tonight with Clax. It was a bunch of tiny guards. And how do you get away with it? That man was back there he was anchoring a defense of not good defenders, but there was effort. Again, there was effort, but I'm not going to mistake some of the people that were on the floor for Brooklyn for great defenders. However, meanwhile, on the other side, screen. May I have his dance? Screen. I'm retreating. I'm in drop. Giving a scorer who's already rolling. Yeah, I'll take the floater. I'll take the mid-range jumper. Oh, now I got 5 fouls. So, again, Sumner ruined this game for Washington because no one stayed in front of him throughout the course of the game, and then Cam Thomas joined the party. But Sumner was just getting downhill over and over and over. Like, that catches up to you.
When you asking dudes to play defense that don't take it serious and don't even work at it, they don't even practice. Like just like every skill in basketball, you see them there take 1,000 jumpers willingly. That's the fun part of the game. Who won't do that? You see what I'm saying? It's hard work to get in there. It ain't fun to get in there doing them defensive slides down the court. You touching lines and you keep doing it. You tired, legs burning and stuff like that. But it pays off when you need to call on that extra boost in the game, late in the game, and get that stop. Look at it. Look, I heard Jamal Crawford, Jordan at 40 years old, coming in the gym, 7 a.m. Saw him doing defensive slides with Tim Grove. Ron Artest said his first 45 minutes of his workout, defensive slides. They're all word defenders. Kobe. I got clips of Kobe working on his defense, guarding Derek Fisher, trying to stay glued to shooters and stuff like that, guarding on full court, working on his lateral movement and stuff like that. You got to put the same work on that end that you do on offense. So you can't expect dudes to call on that, be ready during the game time, and they don't work on it. Like Brandon Jennings has a beautiful quote, and I love it, man. He said, the harder you work during peace, the less you bleed during war. These people are bleeding like a mama because they ain't working hard during peace. It's easy, like, dog, any score, anybody that has ever scored, I'm telling you, from even my point of view, all you looking for is daylight. I just need space and a good look at the basket. And then it's a wrap for you. So clearly, as a defender, you might want to disrupt that view. Like, it's common sense. Why are you still dropping back? Like, come on, man. Porzingis, you're going to have to get down that seat, baby, and get your head out. Help your guards out. Help out. You can't make up. You're not going to score enough to make up giving up like a million points, bro. You're not going to score enough. You got to help. Or fine, if you ain't going to get out there, you better damn should be getting like 4 or 5 blocks a game, 15 boards. That'll make up for it. But you're not getting that. Like, what do you have? He had 5 rebounds tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, one less than Cam Thomas. All right. Player of the game. Shocker. Yeah. All right. X Factor. Yeah, I went with the other Brooklyn guard from the X Factor, the one that had 29. Like,
my man, yes, sir. Xavier's finest, Edmund Sumner.
Yep. And shout out to him for coming back for the injury he had to get back to this level of play, too. For some folks who don't know, he was on the Pacers, started his career shot. Just when his feet were getting his feet wet, he got hurt, set him down. And shout out to him coming back. And then look at what he's doing right now. Like, again, not the biggest name ever, but in this game, some people learned who he was tonight. It's 29 points tonight. Yeah, he missed some corner threes, whatever. How many fouls did he draw on the defensive end off bad screens and things like that just by getting up underneath stuff, being active on the defensive end? He impacted the game.
And he's the second-round pick. He was picked 52nd in 2017, man. That goes to show you how real the league is, man. He's only averaging 6, but he's shooting efficient. Like 13 minutes, he's averaging 6, and on 45% from the field, 34 from 3, 92 from the line. That means he's fully capable with more shots of murdering you. You see what I'm saying? That's the lead for you. But he ain't gonna get shots. Obviously, at the time with Kyrie, KD, TJ, want all them guys, man. Like they gonna get the bulk of the shots. Even Cam wasn't. Even Cam wasn't. But that's a weapon. They got weapons. And like I said, I got to give the Nets their props, man. Just dealing with everything. This was a win to send everybody a message. What?
That's the second time this year. They had crap going on and they had to play the Wizards. The second time this year.
Yeah, but the last time they had the monster.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's the second time this year. It's the second time.
Yeah, but I got you. But what I'm saying is they ain't had none of that. They still stepped up and won.
No, for sure. This one was more impressive because, like you said, last time they had that.
Nuclear weapon. Like
the nuclear weapon, which they hit the button for sure. But tonight was crazy.
Once he dropped it was like and that changed the season right there. That was the one that got things rolling. You see what I'm saying? Everything gonna be all right. Same fight.
This was a huge one too. Yeah, and that's the difference. And that's the difference. Like that's one of the biggest differences. They fought on the defense even after going down 20. They kept fighting on the defensive end.
But a lot of wins throughout the year, especially in playoff time or something like that, it don't come down to skill and talent, man. Like a lot of casuals be looking at the surface stuff. It come down to will. Who got more heart? Who won it more? Especially in the playoff series, man. By the time you get to the third or fourth game, man, all the X's and O's, I know what you're doing. But who gonna get that rebound? If that loose ball over there by you, and I'm further away, but I'm gonna run it and I'm gonna go get it. You see what I'm saying?
Little stuff like that. That's a difference.
The average fan ignore that helps you get wins. That's how the Nets they wanted it more. They wanted it more. And to me, they rallied at halftime to basically show like, yo, tell the front office we good. We straight. Kevin and Ben get healthy, we nothing's it's business as usual. We good.
All right, we'll start with these comments. Biggie Steve them put these first two. And the first comment was because he was saying, why do you leave KP in the 5 minutes play with 5 fouls on? We need rim protection and got Gaff sitting on the bench. Your lineup was KP, Wright, Kispert, who's off in the fourth quarter, Morris, and Jordan. 3 guards, no rim protection and rebounding, all led to second chance points. Second straight game, West is going to score in the fourth quarter. I blame West for both of these losses.
I mean, he could have made some better decisions. Yeah, when Porzingis got his 5th foul, you gotta chill. You gotta sit, because if he goes out and they were hunting him, that's the other thing. Like, if guys weren't on, like, look, Porzingis is not the best defensive guy, even for his size. So you have to sometimes save him from himself. I would have sat him with the 5 fouls and try to bring him in probably 2 minutes, around the 2 minute mark. Unless the game was getting out of hand, then I would have had no choice. But look, he made some mistakes. It's enough blame to go all around for 20 point, whatever, however much they were down collapse. But once again, start looking at the coaches, man. Look at these players. They the ones out there guarding. They like, you don't think Wes Unseld, like, here's the thing. Oh yeah. So last night we were literally watching Wes Unseld and one of the Wizards motion, get up on Anthony Simons. They were like, get up, get up, get up. No one got up. 3.
They kept going under the screen while this boy was in the middle hitting 6 threes in the third quarter.
So he's telling them the right thing. So you don't think he was telling them to do that to Cam Thomas tonight and something like get up on him? At some point, y'all gotta look at the players, man. And these are not young players. These are players with experience. Clearly, they played a lot of basketball. Clearly, they understand a couple players hit like 3 in a row or something. You might want to cool that off. We're going to have to adjust because what we doing ain't working. And these dudes starting to come back on us. So instead of chilling in the fourth quarter, now we in a tight game. So you can't put all that on West. Yes, he made some questionable decision when you look back at it, hindsight and all that. But no, like I'm waiting for y'all to really get on these players, man. Because they're the ones out there. They say it's the player empowerment era, right? Cool. So when things going well, they can't always get credit. And then when things go bad, it's the coaches, it's the front office, it's everybody else. It's the fans in the building for not giving them energy. It's the media for talking bad about them. Like, no, man, like they're playing. Like, what was the biggest lead for the Nets tonight?
For the Nets?
I mean, not the Nets. I mean, the Wizards over the
Wizards
Nets.
23 tonight. It got up to as many as 23.
Back-to-back nights, you give up 20-point leads. Back-to-back nights to teams you should be.
Both teams missing key pieces. Yep.
Rest of my case, man.
And again, the same stuff that got in trouble, the same stuff we've been talking about since game 1 of the year, not getting back in transition defense. And again, every team that plays this team knows even if we mess up on a defensive possession, just run and go fix it. Run and go fix it. That's literally teams' answers when they mess up. Run and go fix it. It's all right, just run. You don't even see how many times, except like down the stretch, do you see opposing teams stop and set up their half-court offense and be methodical? Or is it, Washington score, run it back down there, throw so we can score again? So we can set up our defense.
27-9 in fast break points. 27-6 in fast break points. And that's over the Wizards. That's just you not getting back, man. Sprint back and finding a man. Yo, Wilson, I got Cam Thomas. You get something. So we clearly know where we're going. So the two of us running at somebody,
or how about
you face running away from the smoke.
How about we both jog back and wait for somebody else to tell us where we both need to go while our man gets the ball and burns down baseline for, there's a late rotation by the center because he thought one of the guards were going to do something. And that's the other thing. I feel bad for Gaff a lot. Like a lot.
In a lot of foul trouble trying to save things. Save them.
There was one play that came to mind where I think Washington turned it over. They're sprinting back. I mean, the Nets are sprinting up the court. Nobody stops ball, so Gaff takes a step to kind of slow down the guard. Clax is running, burning down the middle of the floor. So nobody gets in front of Clax. Obviously, I think it's Patty Mills. Patty's gonna make the right play, gets the ball to Clax. Gaff tries to get back, but it's too late. Then it's like, damn, Gaff, why'd you commit a silly foul? Well, one of my 4 teammates stopped ball. I would have been able to get on Clax to keep him from burning down the middle of the lane. But that's the other thing. Patty Mills low-key got off today too, quietly, unbothered. It just wasn't as bad. He didn't need to go off anymore because the kid was feeling it.
Yeah,
and kudos for Brooklyn.
He didn't need to be
no egos.
He didn't need to be Olympics, Patty Mills.
Nah, he didn't need to. It looked like he was ready when Seth went out. Patty came out. I thought we were getting Australian Patty. But Cam started feeling. He was like, "Hey, young fella, come get the rock." Yeah, man. Michael Kirksey was going on as always. Biggie C, we appreciate you as always. I said Cam Thomas cookbook. Yeah. I'm saying 50 off the bench. That's absurd.
Professional score.
We have Gaff playing the 4th early KP. Probably doesn't. This is going along with the last thing. That said, even with all that, I don't think that changes the fact that not a damn guard was slowing down Cam Thomas or Ed Sumner tonight, which is why Kristaps ended up in foul trouble. That was inevitable. It almost felt like he was gonna foul out this game at some point because nobody was keeping them guards out the lane.
Nah, bro, you gotta understand. You look like, hey Wilson, pull up that. I was gonna say,
I got you. I'll get it back.
Pull that up so you can see again. They were hunting Porzingis, man.
Yep.
That's the goal. They know he defensively he's not active defensively, man. I'm trying to be nice. He's not active. We see it. I know they see it. They're attacking him. Guards attacking him. Get him on the island so he come out here and we gonna have this dance. And I'm gonna get him in foul trouble. So it's only a matter of time before they got him in foul trouble. They were attacking him. So in a way, when he picked up his 5th foul, Wes had to save him from himself. So I know, look, you can get on Wes and stuff like that, but I'm like, Wes, the players got to help Wes out too. You know what I mean? They're not leaving him much choice. And then you look at it from this aspect. Look, Gaff, come on, man.
Why is Gaff on him? You're not helping out your bigs.
This is consistent.
Look.
Not getting back. Look, he just drove right past Pittsburgh. Why are you here? Too much daylight.
And even then, go back. KP didn't try to help at all. Right there. The guard went under.
Yeah, look at Porzingis. Just watch Porzingis.
He watched the whole thing.
Porzingis is supposed to hedge out to give the guard time to get up, catch up, and then go back to his man. He didn't even move. Look at Porzingis again. Backing up. 3.
Like, look at that. You didn't slow.
Like, help Kendrick Nunn out. Help him out. Now, that was a bad foul, but help him out. That's why look at Nunn. That's why he frustrated. Look at Porzingis. Yep. Nope.
The line getting screened by Clax. Look what your man's is at the elbow. And yeah, the line's a good defender, but the kid's feeling it already. Solid screen, and that's that. X Factor Cam Sumner. Yep.
Watch it. Here we go again. Nope.
Retreat. Easy bucket. It's a dream for a guard. You turn that corner, and they're backing up. It is a dream.
Just take it to his chest. Take it right to his chest.
And the turnover, and we out.
Only one back, of course, in the line, but it's too late. Hey, this is not stuff we just saying. Look what's going on.
Another screen. Yup. Look who I got. I like my airspace.
Let's have this dance.
Yeah.
And that was actually a good contest, but he hot now.
He's in a full-blown rhythm at this point. Another screen on DeLon. What's the trend we see here? They're getting DeLon out the way and letting it go.
So him sitting, Porzingis has a lot to do. Has a lot to do with, like, we need better defense to stop this kid because he's hot and they coming back. This was just a tough shot. That was just a tough shot.
But everything we saw, that might have been the most well-contested shot out of. Look, he turned the corner that easy, that late in the game. Hey, man, that stuff matters. Yeah, I think we just be saying it to be saying it. He said, what is everyone missing free throws at crunch time? Then he was killing me. Makes at least 3 of them, game over, and Morris would have let down. I thought Monte did a great job all game. I know he missed those 2 free throws, but he was solid from opening tip until them 2 free throws, even late. Because when KP goes out, I'm sitting there looking like, which one of y'all can actually create and get a good shot under these circumstances? And Monte did. Those free throws definitely tarnish a really good game by him. But yeah, the little things, the free throws definitely matter. Kersey, this is just a discussion I had. West can't defend a player off the bench, 44. Then he went 7-12 with 3 turnovers. Not good. 7-12 for the free throw line and 3 turnovers not good enough. Look, man, they play defense as a team.
They were up 20. It was good. They was up 20. It goes back to getting stops. Look, if they get a few stops, they sitting. Game over.
And again, what happened? The team that was down 20 plus in back-to-back nights in the third quarter came out and had damn near 40 pieces. Last night, Portland put up 39 in the third. Tonight, Brooklyn put up 37 in the third. If you're the team that's up 20 and you come out, you do that, game's over into the fourth. It's done. Midway through the third is done. If you come out and handle your business at the start of the third, but you're on your heels, and then up in bad place. Going back to West, if my players are getting beat on the boards, would you go smaller, putting a rebounder to help? Your big outsiders are getting. I mean, I hear you, but at the same time, they switch so much. The bigs end up on different people. Everyone got a box out.
Yeah, that's why I hate switching. You got your bigs on the perimeter, and that also hurts the fact that he can't get back for rebounds. It's not like Porzingis is the most fleet of foot. He ain't Giannis with that size. You know what I'm saying? So when he out there contesting and stuff, they take the shot. Somebody else got to do it. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is, if he's out there on the guard, then the guard is pretty much on the big. You're not winning, especially against like bigs like Claxton and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Royce O'Neal's rugged. He had 6 rebounds. Watanabe, he had 4. Like Cam Thomas had 6. That's guards just not paying attention. Too offensive.
And again, like you said, when you switch, everybody has to find a man to box out. If you decide that's how you're going to play. Brooklyn switches. Multiple guards, you just ran off, hit the glass. I mean, it's the little things, man. They saw KP in foul trouble and kept attacking him because he wasn't a threat. They were going to attack him in the pick and roll like everybody has done all year long, no matter what. It's just all right, this back just what you were saying earlier. We should put Gaff in. KP picked up his 4th. Yeah, I mean, I hear you with that, but like at the same time, know what happens? Like, I just had no faith that they were going to all of a sudden turn their water off because they're not a team that turns people's water off. Like, what was it? This is the 52nd game of the season. There's been enough evidence this year that they are not. And out of 52 games, how many games can you guys count at the top of your head? We're like, damn, that was a great defensive performance, quarters 1 through 4. A11T said this is the second time the players just half-assed on defense in the second half and play ISO BS, and West just sits there and watches. Plus, this team have the lowest IQ of any team in basketball, the coaches included.
No, I ain't gonna say that, homie. You watch the Houston Rockets and play.
Yeah.
You ain't watching enough teams, but and Spurs, yeah, they some of their shot selection we've spoken on that. Offense for real, and for the most part, it's not the issue. It's the defensive end of the court, man. It's just the defensive end of the court. Until they take that, if their defense match their offense productivity, they're
top 5 team in the league.
Yeah, they up there in the East, easy. It's just that end of the floor. And that's what I'm saying. It's the nonchalant vibe you get, like, it'd be cool, man. We gonna figure it out. We gonna get it together. And we gonna go on this run. It's like they waiting to turn it on, like, to after All-Star break. And they're like, dude, you can't do that.
Like that.
You can't do that in this game. You gotta. It's urgency every time.
All right, so just still talking about you don't go small or whatever. Who else were you gonna put in? Like, unless you're going to accidentally get Vernon Carey.
The players are out there. Like, y'all killing me, man. The players are the ones hooping. They're the ones getting their ass bust. You don't need a coach to say, yo, get up. Why should an NBA coach have to tell you, get up, take his airspace away? You are a player. You're in the NBA. You've been here for years. You should know that.
And again,
come on, man.
They don't have a bunch of youngsters on Washington.
This ain't Jordan Davis, like, a rookie or something like that, man. These are veteran players doing the same thing, game in, game out, game in, game out, game in, game out. Yeah, y'all still want to just do the same thing with West. And newsflash, homie, the defensive BS is spread all across the league. So all the other coaches, they can't coach.
Yeah, ain't nobody, man. There's like maybe 5 teams in the league that actively play defense each and every night. Out of 30-something, yeah, as a whole. Since I never understand why a team knows they don't have ISO scores like we do, don't try to take advantage of mismatches like Patty Mills and Joe Harris. I answered this earlier. His name's Nick Claxton. Like, you can go by them if you want to. Like, bigs matter. Teams with active bigs matter. Even in Boston, if you accidentally get by somebody, there's Horford, there's Robert Williams. They matter. They truly matter.
And when you settling for threes all the time, that kind of takes away your ability to really be a daily all-around ISO scorer. You saw Cam Thomas just eating them up every which way possible.
He took 5 threes.
A lot of these times, these guys are just trying to either shoot threes or get to the paint. So it's predictable what they're trying to do. So it's easy to stop. And Bill is an ISO scorer. The man that averaged 30 twice in the season, something like that, man. And so we know Kuz can go off. And Porzingis, he had 30-something. So you have guys that can create and score the ball.
And we've seen him take advantage of matchups at times. But again, this is why I go back to the players. We've seen you do that at times, and other times you don't do it. But there's evidence of you doing it. So I can't be like, oh, they don't know how to do it. Where, like you mentioned, one dude's averaged 30 in this league twice. KP scores in this league. Kuz can score in this league. We've seen them hunt matchups. But again, you don't think everything that plays the Nets doesn't try to take advantage of their small guards? That's why they have, when Kevin's healthy, that's why him and Clax are up there leading the league in blocks. They're back there patrolling. They're having the back of their guards. That's nothing new from Brooklyn. Everybody tries to take advantage of their small guards. There's lineups with Kyrie and Seth out there. There's matter of fact, I think at the end of the third quarter was a great example. Then he got the ball underneath the basket. I think Patty was on him. He went to turn around and put up a floater. Guess who was there? Stretcher Armstrong Clacks to just mess with the shot. Biggie Steve said 15 turnovers, 32 of 41 for the free throw line, 10 blocks on us, and 4 more offensive rebounds than us. The tail of the tape, as they say. They outworked. They worked. They outworked. Carter, what'd you say earlier? They just wanted it more? It was clearly evident. They were out there fighting. Like, it was, like, not at all. I don't think that was in doubt at all. Or why nobody went after Cam Thomas defensively, forced him to guard somebody and make him a two-way player.
Gotta ask the staff. You know what I'm saying? I doubt they answer you, but you gotta ask them that. I mean, Monte got off a little bit, you know, late in the fourth or whatnot. He was getting there, and he's, you know, but it was too little, too late, man. When a player like that can score the ball like he can gets going, it's tough. And let's be honest, I'm pretty sure the Wizards were, when they started coming back and they came back, they had the Wizards rock. They rocked them. You know what I'm saying? The Wizards lost it. Like, let's be real, they lost their composure. You know, they were just up 23. Now they look up, they down, they up 1. It's a game now. It's like,
I think when he hit that 3 to put them up 2 to give them the lead for the first time, yeah, they visibly looked shook like that.
They were in John Starks mode from the Reggie Miller thing. Like, did this dude just did this? They was in that mode. Like, they were shocked. Second night in a row, and they felt the pressure. So,
and it bubbles up something quick when it's that slow bleed, like little by little. And West kept trying to call timeouts, trying to help them get their composure. Right? What'd you say? Just if you can't get stops, that's it. You got enough stops to get a 23-point lead.
And then the opposite of the Wizards, the Nets, it's not easy to seek and destroy them with the Nets. Because, see, those guys will defend. And, see, they're going to get over them screens where you try and get the switch on Cam and all that. And we ain't going nowhere. You got to deal with me, player. And then Claxton, like, yeah, even if you get beat, I'm still here.
And that's the thing. Like, like, I promise you, there are teams, the nights that Cam Thomas plays, the nights where Seth Curry is out there, the nights when Kyrie is out there, there are teams that are like, yo, go at them. But you got the 2 skinny dudes usually walking around, very mobile and fleet of foot, that can cover ground. Again, like you said, they reject screens. Good defensive teams, you can reject the screen and choose who you have switch. It is, in fact, possible. Good teams do it all the time. Facts on closing out on the threes. Nobody was there. At time Kisper ran out on 3 and left to get a rebound, which got tipped back out and passed to the man he left open to take the 3. Hey, man, defensive possession isn't over until you get the rebound. Little things. Mr. Rationale said his team lacks leadership, whether it's on the sidelines or on the court.
Yeah. What can we say?
I can just read your comments, sir. That's all I got. Bill too worried about pink starburst, like you could have said. That was funny on the broadcast. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look. That wasn't a good look, homie.
That was hilarious. But
that wasn't a good look at all.
Area 11 said, I'm proud of Denny tonight after coming off yesterday's performance. And even tonight, playing through his offensive struggles and staying aggressive, hitting big shots from 3, and his defense. Denny responded great after a subpar game last night. And again, if he didn't respond the way he did tonight, that second half lead might have evaporated quicker. Denny made some big plays, some timely plays, rather. But yeah, KP is a defensive liability if he's not in the paint.
He's a defensive liability sometimes when he in the paint. The man ain't blocking. Y'all can look, Jaren Jackson lead the league in blocks, like 3.3. He's 6'11". Porzingis ain't nowhere near that. And that's what's frustrating with 7'3", dog. You should be beating everything. You should take it personal. Like ain't nothing down here. I made that pull up.
Yep. Like again, you take me to deep water, whatever happens. You come be the little foul line, everything should be mine. But that's not the case. Not the case. You're right about the players. They do need to take accountability for the mistakes, but as a coach, you should see the players are doing the job. Find ones that can. Coach is not the GM. The coach is just the coach.
Okay, so you saying that, so who can do the job? We pretty much halfway through the season. It's 52 games. Well, it's over halfway through the season. Yeah. So at this point, looking at the roster, who can he go to do the job?
Mind you, Jordan Goodwin had minutes tonight. So, like, multiple people tried on Cam Thomas. They just couldn't do about it. And those are arguably their three best defenders spent time on that kid tonight. So you had DeLon, Denny, Jordan, all spent time on that kid tonight. Kid shot 16 to 23 from the floor. And outside of that, who are you going to put on them? And when you switch willingly, the way they switch, if they don't like it, what do they do late in the game? We had the clips up. And mind you, he was eating against whoever, but they still chose the easier route. Hey, class, come set this screen. Don't even roll. Just set the screen to get the line dislodged. Let me do what I need to do. That's it. Because once I get in the paint, I got the pull-up, which I'm also comfortable with. I got the floater, which I'm also very comfortable with. Oh, and the 7-2 dude got 5 fouls. So, and if I turn the corner, he might choose not to block it anyways, just because he's trying to stay in the game or what have you. So, I don't know, man. For me, with West, if he's telling them to do something they're not doing, especially on defense, sit their ass down, he's going to take the fall for it anyways. Hey, man, it's professional sports. And again, player empowerment league. The best players, dog. Best players. It starts there. Your best players. Look around the league. I don't care what sport it is. Your best players. You look at the teams like 5 best players. If it's football, look at their 5 best players. Baseball, look at their 5 best players. NBA, look at it. Look at the top 3 players. It tells you what you need to know. That's it. It tells you exactly what you need to know.
Look, when you getting called out for eating Starburst on from your broadcasting, like, what else you want me to say, man?
Hey, man, y'all know where my position was a long time ago. They are where they are. Neither button was hit, and we're here. So you gotta live with it. But for the Wizards' benefit, I hope that Kuz, it is a speedy recovery. They can't afford to lose that man for too long at all. They just can't. Good, bad, and different. That is something they can't afford. Like Cardell said, while KP and Beal have been out of the lineup, he's always been there. You take him away, man, I don't know. And the last thing I'll say, even with tonight, is like, it's back-to-back games. We've seen KP start games strong, and he started the game strong offensively, closer to the basket. And as the game went on, we watched other teams come back. Teams are pushing him out further and further away to dictating where he's getting the ball at. And it ends up mattering late.
And they need all them brothers back, Bill. They need all hands on deck because Monday they got the Cavs. And, yeah. And, I think Donovan, I don't know if they played before. I got to check the schedule. He's coming off that, he's coming off the situation with Dylan Brooks. But before that, he wasn't having a good shooting game up to that point. So I can see him looking to get to it on Monday. So they don't need all hands on deck because the Cavs are talented. They're deep, well coached. They're a contender in the East. So we're going to see how it goes.
And that's the other thing. Like, we're getting closer to the break. Some of those teams at the top, like, this was a big opportunity for Washington tonight, especially with Brooklyn not having their folks, their key guys in there. Brooklyn's above them. Brooklyn came in this game 31-20. They've been going through it since Kevin's been out. This is one of those missed opportunities. And now they're 12 games over 500 now, which for them, it's just about keeping it afloat, even with all the chaos. But they got the job done tonight. Yeah, I know Kuz went down, what have you. There's no excuse for this, especially after you went up 23. No excuse for this. So, and mostly it was still like Cam doesn't even get regular rotation minutes unless who does something crazy, which throws the team off whack. It's usually when we see Cam, or folks are hurt. However, like Cardell said, man, they got a very good Cavalier team coming on Monday. We'll see how that goes. We'll see y'all soon. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always.